guys, it's Serenity again. I'm doing another video. I'm on a roll here lately. The person I made this bag for decided they didn't want this color. They just wanted a plain one that wasn't so crazy. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna make another one. You can feel free to watch again if you want. I'll try to explain as I go, but the last video I had, I did pretty much explain everything. So yeah, that's it. Not much of an intro. I'm going to do the same exact thing. We're going to do an outer exterior zipper, 2 slip pockets, and an interior zipper. I do not have enough black vinyl to make the crossbody strap, so I won't be making that. But I will be putting the strap connectors on and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you want to watch, just hang. Oh, and really quick, in the purple one, I used decovil heavy on the exterior panel pieces. I'm going to try something a little bit different because turning that exterior zipper around was a little bit hard. So I'm going to pause the video after this short intro and I'm going to put decovil light. I'm just going to cover the whole thing because light is pretty thin. I'm not worried about my seam allowances. And then I'm going to do my exterior zipper, and then I have just some headliner I bought at Joann's. Then I'm going to baste it on after I've put my exterior zipper on. That way I'm not trying to flip the exterior zipper through the headliner also. So you'll see me do that all. That is the only change I believe I am making in this video. So I guess it's kind of a little tutorial on a different way to put it together. All right, I'm gonna pause it and do my interfacing really quick, and I'll be right back. See you in a second. Really quick before I start that, I just wanted to show you another quick tip I have. Right now I'm in the middle of winding my bobbins, and I know a lot of people have problems with the industrial machine with the like T90 thread. It's thick and it doesn't want to just stay nice around your bobbin, so I bought these little my light is so bright, little hair ties. They come, oh gosh, there. They come on a little spool like this. I got them at Dollar General. And I mean, you can color coordinate for what color of thread you have on your spool if you want, but you can see it well enough that I don't. I just shove them on there after I wind my bobbins, and then I don't have to worry about other threads falling all over everything. So just a little tip. All right, see you guys. I'm back. I accidentally started sewing before I started recording. So basically what I did was I went to the front of my exterior. I grabbed my pocket panel piece. I found my center by folding the exterior in half, and I marked, well, I didn't mark it, but I could see my crease. I measured down 1.5 inches, and then I found my center by folding this in half. I lined it up on that 1.5 inches, then 1 inch down from the top, I left everything there. I went over 3.5 inches on each side from the center mark, drew a line, went down about 1/2 inch or so, drew another line, and then I sewed my box. So, oops, exactly the same as my last video. Nothing's changed. I'm just using different interfacing, so hopefully this will turn better. Just like my last video, I like to use the seam ripper to get it started. Seems like a few more steps because it's a different tool, but I don't know. Just my way of doing it. Alright, let's cut this and see if this was even. See if this was any easier. And again, I'm going to be sniffling because of the stupid head cold. It's all in my nose. It's just all sinus. Lovely. Perfect time to be sick, isn't it? Yeah. Just finding my zipper really quick. Alright, let's just fold these back. Just so it hopefully will lay better when I turn it. I don't know if it actually works or not, but we're going to say that it does, right? Alright. Come on. Okay. This is definitely better than the decovil heavy. Take your time turning it. Kind of press it. If you gotta put some clips in there, that's a plus. Or you can put some double-sided tape to hold it down. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to try to lay my zipper on there and wing it. Yeah. Okay, hey guys. I had a text from my daughter. I had to answer it, so I had to pause the video a second. Anyway, where we left off, I was messing with this waterproof canvas, getting it flipped under so we could get our zipper on here. I think I'm good. Okay. Put it down so I can see. It is a bit trickier with these two kinds of fabric because they are thicker, so they're a little fussy to get them to lay down. I'm gonna turn my stitch length up to a 4.5, but it will work. Just take your time. I can already tell it's easier than the Decovil Heavy I used yesterday or in my last video. It's just slow going, but that's okay. And you can see a little bit of the red maroon color waterproof canvas. Actually, I'm kind of liking it. It reminds me of, I don't know, piping. I know that it's not piping, but I kind of like it because it gives you a little sneak peek of what the inside of the bag looks like. So I'm not really all that upset about it. And I wasn't really upset to begin with, but I could see how some people could, you know, not like that their lining is showing, but I like it. It's just like a little extra trim to the bag. My zipper pull. Oh, I hate that I'm sniffling so much, but my medicine makes my sinuses drain or whatever. And I just, yeah. If I have to blow my nose or anything, I promise, excuse me, I promise I'll pause the video, and I don't want to put you through that. But, I'm okay right now. I'm just going to sniffle. Hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. Alright, I'm going to singe my threads a little bit, but that's our exterior pocket, and it looks pretty good. I like the red like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the other side. I'm going to iron it a little. It has a little wrinkle in it. Let's move that over there. Or steam it, I'm sorry. Steam it has a line in it. Alright, right sides together. Now since this is our exterior panel with the zipper, we are going to sew around all 4 sides. If I was doing the lining, I would leave the bottom one open, bottom side, so we could flip through it. But it's the exterior, so we can sew through it all. I'm going to do that. A little close to my edge here. Okay. Sorry if you can't see. There we go. One more edge. Okay. And then while I'm messing with it here, I'm going to put my nameplate on the front also. It's not mine, it just says handcrafted or handmade or whatever. Oh, let's see. So I will get that. I want to get my bag and kind of see where I put it. 1, 2, 3 inches. 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to go 2.5 from the bottom up. Oh, I'm sniffling. I'm so sorry. Okay. What, Poppy? Sorry, I'm talking to my dog. He's over there barking. Find the center here. Did I say 2.5? That looks about right. Whoop. I'm going to go here and then open the legs. Okay. Just make sure even. It looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, I can't stop sniffling. Oh, I got a, my chair, oh my gosh. I have a small piece of Decovil light I want to use also. I think I might just, let me poke my holes so I don't lose them. Oh no, we don't need that. I forgot. I got the Decovil light. I said light when I grabbed this. This is actually, come on, this is actually a heavy, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. That Decovil light's pretty strong stuff. So let's just go ahead and poke this through. Flip that out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna get some tape. Just cover that up so when I turn my bag right side out, I'm not scratching my hands all up. Oh, speaking of scratching my hands up, I wasn't thinking yesterday, but I was actually, it wasn't this bag of course, but I had an old bag I made that I wanted the hardware from, so these were the culprit. I was holding it, I can't show you because it's the wrong point of view, but I was holding it and trying to cut the straps and my knuckle was in the way. Yeah, and I cut my finger. And wowza. First it didn't bleed and I'm like, oh, that looks like it went deep. And then I was just like, okay, well, I finished cutting my strap. I looked back at it again and it started to bleed a little bit and then it started to bleed a lot and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna take a picture because I just thought, this is so cool. And yeah, I mean, it was cool. And I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta like share. So, you know, I just thought it was pretty neat. I didn't even think about some people probably don't like the sight of stuff like that. And then when I realized it was taken off of the So Whatever Facebook page, and I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. So thank you, Lauren, or whatever admin that took it off. I didn't think about it when I posted it. I feel bad now. Hopefully no one got sick or fainted or anything like that when they've seen it. Of course, I think stuff like that's cool, but yeah, a lot of people don't. So that was bad on my part. Sorry about that if anyone got sick looking at my gross finger that I posted. All my fault. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put my headliner in. I was gonna do my zipper tabs while I was just mumbling around there, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this really quick. The headliner has like a smooth side and a shiny sparkly side. I want this side is the wrong side up, right side down. I'm just gonna kind of clip it in a couple places and then baste around all the edges. So that's all I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna do it to both sides, this side and the other side. And honestly, like I just went to grab that Decovil Heavy. You could have done this first and then put your handmade thing on if you really wanted to, but it's fine. It's on there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. It's the exterior. It's not like a pocket that's gonna get used a lot and all that good stuff. So I'm not worried about having something behind that. Let's see. One more, what the heck. All right, stitch length at, I don't know, 5 or something. We're just basting. Before I start, whoa, I do want to cut some off the edge. I would say a 1/2 inch, because you're going to be doing your zipper here. So if you're following along as I'm doing it right now, I'm assuming this is what you should do. Obviously, I haven't done it yet, so I'm going to measure this one just a 1/2 inch off the top. I just cut it really quick too from the other side. Ooh, shaky. All right. You don't want to try to sew your zipper on with all that foam or whatever. Okay, so we're not going to stitch across the top because it's okay to be loose. It'll be all right. I'm assuming. Okay. I am not going to baste those corners. I'm just going straight down the edge. if this doesn't work, I will just peel it off. And I mean, the edges, I sewed close enough to the edge. They'll just be perforated, but we'll be sewing a larger seam allowance when we go to sew everything together. So I'm not really worried about perforating the vinyl and having it weaken. I mean, it could, I suppose. Anything's possible, but I'm gonna assume that it will be fine. And you know what? That's the fun, because you never know. And you're never gonna know unless you try. And you can listen to what everyone else says. If someone says something's hard, I mean, if you just believe them, how are you gonna know? It might be easy for you, you know? So don't always listen to what everyone says. Just give it a try. I don't mind back stitching, it's just a basting stitch, but okay. Goodness. Okay. Cut all these off really quick and then we can move on to the lining. Got a little bit extra decovil hanging out. I want to cut that off really quick so it's just nice and even on top here. Might as well cut this out of the seam too. Sorry, just OCD kicking in. Okay. Let's go ahead and work on our lining pieces. Right now, sorry, I think I gotta get away. Okay, right now this is our exterior, looking good. We got our foam. Like I said, I think it'll be all right not sewing that onto there. I guess we'll find out. Now I want to go ahead and do the other zipper side just because I like to get those out of the way because I don't like them. Alright, find our centers. I've already found this one. I don't know why I'm doing that again. Alright. That looks pretty good. I like to fold this bottom up so it doesn't move. Alright, so our box. Turn the stitch length back down, let's say a 4. Sounds good. Yeah, it's fine. I went a little too far, but we'll make it work. Let's go a little bit further on this side. Alright, since this is waterproof canvas, instead of just pressing this down like we did the exterior, I am going to take it over here to my iron this, plus getting that canvas a little warm with some steam will help it turn anyway. So I'm going to do that really quick. Alright, that should do it. Okay, I'll probably go back and iron it again once I'm done here, actually. Okay, come on. There you go. You guys talk to your material too? Come on, you can do it. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm going to go steam it again really quick. Get it nice and pressed here. One more time. Okay. Get the zipper. Ooh. I'm gonna keep my stitch length at a 4, I believe. It sounds good. It's a pretty good length, I think. Start in the middle, somewhere up top, typically. Adjust as you go. Let's see. Good. Yeah, let's do one more stitch. interesting. Ahead and cinch those. Get the other uh-oh. You know what? I'm gonna have to fix this one. I didn't have my zipper all the way to the end, and I could put my finger in there, so that's not good. Instead of forcing you to watch me do that, I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll sew it in again the right way, and then we'll start it back up again, okay? All right, just a second. All right, guys, I got it fixed. We're all good, nice and even. All right. Okay, right sides together for our zipper pocket pieces. Oops. And then this time, I'm going to do just the 3 edges. 1, 2, 3. Leave the bottom open. The lighting this way seems better for you guys. It's actually darker for me. I would rather have this, but then you have this big blind thing right there. So I will just do this. That's fine. Okay, I can still see. Okay. You definitely want to backstitch really good when you start and stop. This, because you're going to be flipping that edge up. You don't want to rip your stitches out. Get it a little tight. Okay. Oh, there we go. So I've been trying not to bend my finger because I cut it really good like this with my other scissors, so it has, I know it's gross, sorry, there's like a little flap there, so I feel like if I keep my finger straight, it'll like heal on its own that way, but you know how hard it is to keep your finger straight with everything it's so hard. It's not working out. At least it doesn't hurt. I just feel like it's gonna take forever to heal. I probably should have got stitches. Oh well. Enough talk about that gross stuff. Back to the bag, right? Alright, I'm just flipping this bottom piece up. I'm gonna go steam it really quick so it'll keep its shape, or whatever you want to call that. Keep its fold. I know this doesn't really need to be a tutorial since I've already done one, but you know, I just love watching videos, sewing videos, even if it's the same bag but a different material. It's just, I don't know. I love watching them. Alright, so that is our lining piece. Done. Throw that aside. Now we want to go to the other lining piece. And just like in the other video, we're going to measure up 1 inch from these notches. Draw a line. I will do that. Make sure you use a fabric pen of some sorts. Don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it a little bit right there. Anyway, that side's ready. When I drew, this is my slip panel. When I cut it out, I made a mark 1 inch down from the top all the way across. That's going to be our fold line. Not our fold line, but our fold 2 line. I'll explain. Alright, so this is the top of my slip pocket. I'm going to put a 1/2 inch, no not half, quarter inch piece of tape, ooh I'm shaky, right along the edge. Okay, and when we fold our top down, we're going to fold it down to that line, and then we're going to top stitch. If you don't have tape, you can use clips, those work just as good. Just take your time clipping, get it nice and straight. I gotta turn this so I can see. 1 second. Okay. Actually, it doesn't look too bad on camera. Okay. My stitch length's at 4. I'm just leaving it there. Okay. There is that. I don't know why I'm shaking. Oh, I've had a lot of coffee. That's probably it. Alright, let's just fold it in half this time. Find our center. I am just gonna make a mark because I feel like the center mark, fold, whatever, will disappear for some reason and I won't be able to see it. Okay, this is how we want it to lay. So we're gonna put right sides together. Line up that line that we put on our main panel, main lining panel, whatever you want to call it. 1/2 inch seam allowance-ish. Okay. You can do 1/4 inch if you want. You can do 5/8 if you want. I mean, really the reason I gave this pattern away for free is so you can modify it yourself and make it your own. If you did a 1/4 inch seam allowance, when you fold it up, it's just gonna go up a little bit higher toward the top. If you do 5/8 seam allowance, it's gonna be lower, if that makes sense. I just do roughly a half. I eyeball it. I'm gonna go steam this real quick. Alright, throw a few clips in. Alright, leave my stitch length at a 4. Staying pretty close to the edge here to baste it. About 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch away from this fold. Turn. Go to your halfway mark. Somehow I lost it. There it is. Turn. I like to go to my stitch line. Just do some back stitches and forward stitches. Okay, and then come back down. There we go. Okay. Alright. Whoa. Oh, these clips are getting very dull. Alright, so there we have it. Slip pocket. Can you see the way I made my little back and forward stitch thing? Okay. All of our panels are done now. We want to make our strap connectors and make our zipper, tabs, zipper, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to need my D-rings. I already have a line drawn down the center of each of my strap connectors. I'm going to put some double-sided leather tape down that center line. All of the measurements are in the description of this video, and the places where I bought all of the supplies I'm using. D-rings, zippers, vinyl, waterproof canvas, all that stuff should be in the description. If for some reason I left something out, just comment below, let me know, and I will edit it and fix that. I think I got everything in there. My machine, Juki DU 1181N. I've had people in the past ask me where I got my light, right here. I know you can't see it in the video, but it came with my machine. Actually, I want to sew. I'm just going to top stitch down each edge. I didn't do that in the last video. I'm going to do that in this one. Oops. Okay. So we'll clip that off too. All right. In my last video, I'll do this a little bit different also. Let me just grab my bag. All right. In the last video, I top stitched really close to the D, and I had a 1/2 inch overhang. You'll see when we get to it. When I laid it down on my panel to sew it on, I laid it over 1/2 inch. This one, I'm fine with these being as high up as they are. I think it just gives the strap a little bit more length to it anyways. But I think this time, well, here, let me measure it on my side so I can see what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's 1 inch up, and there's still plenty of room. So I think I'm going to go like maybe another 1/4 inch down. I don't want to go too far down and risk sewing on my D-ring, but I think I'm going to overhang it a little further so it doesn't stick out so far. I don't know. I kind of like it sticking out far because it folds down easy and you can get to your zipper and stuff. I feel like if it was stick straight up, it'd be like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I get to it. I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to change it up a little. But this time I am not going to do that top stitch. I'm going to let the D-ring kind of, we'll see. I think I'm just going to let it be floppy. I could sew up. Whoa. I could sew on the line again. Maybe I'll do that. Gosh, I think I'm going to. All right, don't mind me. I'm just gonna flip it over here. Ah, get in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna cut it because that's being a pain. Okay. Yes, I like this idea better. Okay, hang on, I'll show you what I did. Haha. Haha. I gotta trim, oh, you don't look at that gross band-aid. I gotta trim my things down. But I just followed the top stitch line that I already did. And so now my D-ring won't go anywhere, and you don't have that line across the top like the last bag had. Yes, I like that look better. Okay, top stitched. You already got those lines there. We're just gonna go on top of them and just stitch this strap connector together so it doesn't, the D-ring doesn't fall out. Cool, cool, cool. And again, woo! Yikes! Let's cut these off. Just easier. Okay. All right. I feel like you guys are struggling through this whole bag with me. Okay. Not struggling, I guess, but I'm kind of changing it up as I go. It's odd, but I just singed the threads at the top. I'm not at the bottom. Those will be hidden inside the bag. I definitely like those a lot better. All right, set those off to the side for a second, and we're going to put our zipper tabs on our zipper. Let's just double check, make sure our zipper is exactly the length we want it. Yeah, looks good. All right, so I believe these are 2 by 1.5. This handmade space, my handmade space on Etsy is where I bought the zipper tape. I'm gonna do it long ways and trim off the extra. So this is the 1.5. I'm gonna lay it and stitch it down. Stitch length is still at a 4. I'm not I'm not back stitching until I get on top of my zipper tape, because I'm cutting all that extra off, so it's kind of pointless to back stitch it. Okay, same thing on this end. these right now. Okay. And okay. All right. There is our zipper ready to go, which means that is the next step to our project. I want to go ahead and get my panel that has a zipper. I want my zippers both going the same way, so this one closes on this end, this one does too. We're going to center it. I think I'm going to use my clips this time, my Wonder Clips. They just hold better with all this vinyl and whatnot. Move my light again, I can't see. All this black makes it hard to see. Okay, let me get a couple more. And we will be unclipping these here in a second. You'll see why. If you followed my last video or watched my last video, you'll know. Okay. I am going to change it up a little bit. In my last one, I put my connector where my zipper closed. I think I'm going to do the opposite this time. So I'm wearing it. Yeah. It's really up to you. Whichever side you want it on, when you do the other side, you put it on the other side. So in my last video, I put it on this side. I'm going to do this side this time. First, I'm going to go ahead and get a pen. The last time we had it in an overhang, oh gosh, I got a black shirt on. Last time we had that strap connector overhang a 1/2 inch. I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch this time. So I just want to make a 3/4 of an inch mark on my strap connector so I know, where to line it up at with the edge of, I can't use my words, with the edge of my exterior piece. You want the D-ring inside, pointing down into your bag. Let's leave the zipper tab connected, and we're just going to slide, we're going to remove this clip. We're going to slide this up until we're flush, let me see. Slide this up, make the vinyl of your strap flush with your vinyl of your zipper tab or whatever you're using, and go until you see that line. I think that's the line. I can't see through the camera. Get it even with the edge of your panel and zipper, and we're going to clip it, and then we're just going to continue sewing our zipper on like normal. Let me make sure I have that on the line and flush. Okay, little clippy clip. Alright, so this time we did 3/4 of an inch. We'll see the difference. We'll look at it when we're done making the bag. Let's go ahead and baste. Stitch length still to 4. Make sure you sew only on the zipper tab. Don't go all the way to the edge. This is only basting, so we're doing about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Woo! Almost got my finger. That wouldn't be good. Poor finger. Okay. Just take your time when you get to that strap connector. Adjust it if you need to. You can feel where your zipper tab is and where your strap connector is, so you can kind of tell if it's on there flush. Do a little back stitching over it just for the extra structure, sturdiness, not sturdiness, but you know what I mean. I can't think of my words. Okay, so now it's a little bit different than the other. Okay, we don't want our two zippers, at least I don't want them next to each other. It makes it really bulky on the one side. So we're going to use our slip pocket piece of lining for this side of our bag. Just sew it together like a regular old zipper pouch. I'm going to unzip my zipper halfway. Okay, just clip. I do not recommend cutting your strap connector off. I think it just gives it a little more sturdiness, a little more strength if you leave it in there. I am going to sew on the other side, from the other side, just so I can see my stitches are already made. And it's another way of knowing where to start and stop, because you don't want to sew all the way to the edge. You want to start on that zipper tab. So it's kind of a good idea to start on this side. Go ahead and move that one. And you're going to do about 3/4 of an inch, or it depends on your zipper. If you're not using a handbag zipper or a number 5, you probably won't be able to do the 1/4 inch. I don't know how big the other zipper tape is, but you want to try to get right next to the zipper teeth, but of course not on top of them. Let's move our zipper pull out of the way. Yep, we're still good. Oops. All right. We are going to top stitch. Leave your pieces open. I'm going to shut my zipper here. This is how it is. You want to leave this seam pointing out and just fold it over, and then top stitch across that vinyl. I will turn my stitch length up to that. I don't know, what about 5? Sure, let's do 5. Just make sure that seam is pressed out toward the vinyl. Take your time. Beautiful. Goodness, beautiful. Gorgeous. I'm gonna go give this a little steamy steam just to help it lay nicely. Be right back. Again, watch your vinyl. If you're using vinyl, don't iron it or steam it. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's do the other side. We want to do right sides together. Make sure you take this and you're going to want to hold it down when you're sewing your zipper on. It may be a little tough because it's kind of short. It is possible. Just make sure you wrestle it down. That's why these Wonder Clips come in very handy, because they're strong. Like I said before, just take your time. It is possible. I promise. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And we're going to do this. Well, I didn't unzip my zipper halfway. Let's do that. The zipper pull out of the way. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. The side without the strap connector, which you can of course feel. You're going to put the strap connector in just like we did the other side. I suggest clipping that zipper tape, or I'm sorry, zipper tab. Unclip the previous one. Shove it in D-ring first. Leave the raw edge hanging out. I never made my mark. It's 3/4, right? I think so, yes, 3/4. Okay. Alright. D-ring in. Put it up against that edge. Okay. Go ahead and clip. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start on the end that strap connector was already sewn in on. Turn my stitch length back down to a 4. Start on my zipper tab. 1/8 of an inch. Always be mindful of where your zipper pull is, where your D-rings are. So many times I've sewn over one, broken needle. It's frustrating. Excuse me, because you're on a roll and you're just about done. You're excited to see what it looks like, and then bam. It's like everything stops. Ugh. So yeah, if you're just really mindful of where everything is, you should be okay. I'll put that zipper pull back to the center. Get my other lining, right sides together. Just like the other side. Clippy clip. I don't know why I say clippy clip. I'm a dork. Okay. Again, just make sure that D-ring's out of the way. of that first strap connector. Shove it out if you have to. Alright, I'll flip it over so I can see my line that I started on. Okay. Back stitch over that strap connector. Okay. Off we go. I believe I got a zipper pull. Getting back to that strap connector that we previously sewn, just moving it out of the way. Okay, let's see how well I did. I feel like I'm gonna like this one better than the other one. Do you guys do that too? Oh, okay, flip this all the way up. You just want to flip that exterior that you just sewn on over and on top stitch. Leave all your other pieces over here, all 3 layers. Make sure the seam is pointing toward the vinyl. Turn your stitch length back up to 5 and go to town. Double check. Yep, we're good. Make sure your D-ring's out of the way. Man, how much would that suck to get this far and then accidentally sew on the accidentally sew on the D-ring. Oh, that would make me so mad. I hope I don't have trouble for saying that. It was an accident, YouTube, I swear. I did not mean to say it. I have said it on purpose before. Okay. Flip it over. Put our lining over there. I'm going to go ahead and steam this, just like I did the other side. 1 second. Careful, again, with your vinyl. Alright, my last video, we're going to put right sides together. Hang on, I got ahead of myself. We're going to do right sides together. We're going to sew all the way around, flip it right side out. But in my last video when we did this, I measured in, I think it was 1 inch on each side. On your lining, on the bottom, you want to leave a hole, which is fine. It's what I want to do. But in the last video, I only left 1 inch, and that's not nearly enough. It made it kind of a pain. We want to do 2 inches instead this time. It looks to be about a 5.5 inch hole, which is, I mean, my zipper pocket's bigger to flip through, but it does give the inside of your bag a more finished look if you flip it this way, rather than just through. It's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain it. I'm just going to do it, and then it'll be what it is, because I don't know how to use my words today, apparently. So, yeah. I'll use clips. I was going to use my other ones, but I'll use clips. What the heck. Oh, okay. I think this headliner is going to make this bag a really good structure. It's going to give this bag a really good structure. I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest. Clips. I guess we'll find out, but yeah, I'm excited to see how it looks all done. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll look good. Almost there, sorry. I probably could have stopped the video a lot and like did this and then started it back up just to make the video shorter. But I mean, honestly, if you guys don't, if you guys don't want to watch this part, I mean, you can really just fast forward it, right? I mean, I do that a lot on some videos because I know that part, so I'm like, okay, let's get on with the good part. Like, I want to watch her struggle trying to turn it right side out. That's mean, but man, I feel your pain. Okay. A squeaky chair in me. Alright. Stitch length of 4. A larger seam allowance on your lining than you do on your exterior. I'm going to do about 3 or 5/8. I back stitch before and after I stop on everything. bring that seam allowance in. Do not stitch over your zipper tabs. Back stitch if you can over that area. Do 3/8 or a 1/2 inch seam allowance on your exterior. You definitely want to cover those basting stitches you made for sure. Again, careful not to sew over your zipper tabs. Do a little back stitching, and then make your seam allowance wider. Back stitching. Alright, this might be a pain to turn. I may be eating my words here in just a minute, how I like to watch people turn theirs. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a pain. Come on, threads. Here we go. Alright. I'm just boxing my corners, nesting those side seams together. You probably can't see it, but this side seam I have pointing this way, and then this one I have pointing that way, so they nest up. My clip's in the way, of course, so they nest up right there in the center. I did show that a little better in my other videos, so you can always go back to that video and look if you want. Alright, this is the exterior, so we're going to do more than a 1/4 inch seam here, but maybe not half. I don't know. Again, when I'm doing these, I just kind of wing it. I don't have a specific measurement I follow. I just throw it under my needle and I sew. Alright, let's do the other one. Almost done with this bag. Okay. Back stitch over that center seam. Okay. Guys, I need some new snips. This is ridiculous. All my clips, let's put those away. I got way too many out here. Okay. We box these lining corners really quick, and then we're about to flip this right side out. Alright, one more. So close. You can do it. So close. We're going to trim off the extra really quick. Switching you guys up a little bit, huh? Sorry. I don't know how that happened. I suck. Oh, those are pretty good. Maybe a little off this one. Afraid I want to cut my knuckle again. That thing out of the way. Okay. We're going to turn this puppy right side out. Reach in. Oh yeah, that hole was not that big. I probably didn't say it, but you should have left your big zipper open at least halfway when you were sewing, so you could reach in and open it the rest of the way after you were done. I'm just trying to open it all the way. And my zipper panel, I want to make sure that's open. I'm going to go ahead and steam the waterproof canvas just to make it a little bit easier to turn. 1 second. I wouldn't really recommend putting your iron on it at all. I think how much floppier that is because I steamed it. Okay, go ahead and watch me struggle. It'll be worth it, right? It'll totally be worth it in the end. I'm already not happy. If this takes too long, I will pause the video. Maybe. I don't know. Unless you enjoy this kind of thing, I guess, whatever. I'll just leave it, and then if you don't want to watch me struggle, you can fast forward. Okay? I'm definitely going to struggle here. With my finger hurting. Okay. Slowly but surely. We're doing it. Come on. Okay. Sorry guys, I know it's hidden. You can't see it. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Alright. I gotta shove it in there yet. Still kind of a... come on. What are you doing? What's going on here? Aha. Yay! Thought I heard rain outside. It's been raining pretty good all day. I'm just poking these zipper tabs out since you can't see what I'm doing right now. Oh, I can't do it with that hand. Don't wanna. If you're gonna use something to help poke those out, just be careful. I'm using scissors. I wouldn't recommend using scissors. You know, things I've poked through and had to remake because I've used scissors, but yet I keep going back to them. Oh, okay. Our exterior is good. We got our zipper tabs poked out for the most part. We'll go ahead and straighten this out. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn on you. I'm gonna, well, here. We're gonna reach in our zip. I guess I do need to turn you down a little bit. I'm gonna reach in our zipper pocket, pull the zipper pocket out. All right, I'm gonna go steam this again really quick, the lining part, just so it flips through a little easier. 1 second. You do this, watch that vinyl. All right, reach in through that zipper pocket, grab your lining, pull it through. Sorry if I'm like jerky and fast, and I just like to do it as fast as I can because that waterproof canvas is warm, so it just makes it so much easier. Whew. All right, let's just line up our edge here that we haven't sewn yet with our lining. Whoa. Stitch length is on a 4. And we have our previous line where we stitched and stopped. We're just going to kind of overlap that a little bit on both ends. Make sure everything's flat. Try to keep the same seam allowance you had. Let's see, it's a lining, so about 5/8, something like that. My finger is hurting, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Just about. I can't see it. Come here. There we go. All right. I used a full bobbin, I believe. I'll have to double check, but push that back through. I started with a full bobbin and I have not changed my bobbin yet, come to think of it. I don't think. That's pretty good. This is a one bobbin project. Alright, now we have our zipper pocket we need to close. It's still kind of pressed from where we steamed it earlier. Go ahead and just pin that closed. And then we'll be done. And we'll have one more video to upload. Okay. Alright. Stitch length still to 4. Back stitch. Alright. I'm going to singe these threads really quick just because, well, just because. Ooh, that was kind of long. One more. Alright, shove that back in. Alright, let's shove all the lining back in then. I'm just pushing those corners in. Those boxed corners. Okay, and now I'm going to shove my zipper pocket in. Oh, that hurt. Sorry. Okay. One second. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. Alright. It's all shoved in. Okay. Let me zip it. It's looking funky. Woo-wee. Okay. It's the inside. Zip pockets on one side, zipper pocket on the other. I need to fluff it a little and get it all nice and straight. But yeah. Let's grab the other bag real quick and look at the difference. Alright. There is. Oh, okay. Look at the difference. So, yeah, this one's pretty long. And this one's not. I like that. Huh. Either one I think is pretty nice. This one's a little bit shorter. I shouldn't wear a black shirt. Very cute. Now I just have to wait until I have enough vinyl to make my crossbody strap. And this will be done. That decovil light, and in combination with the headliner foam stuff, makes for a nice sturdy bag. I mean, it's a pretty structured bag. I like it. So yeah, it makes it like, it's thick, but yet it's still really roomy on the inside. It's just for those that don't like to carry big bags. It's a really good size. Maybe if eventually people want a pattern, maybe I could draw one up and just offer it for free, just so you can print it out instead of trying to measure it out. But those measurements, honestly, you measure those out on computer paper, tape computer computer paper together to make it bigger, and then write out those measurements that I'm going to put in the description, and you have your own pattern right there just by doing that. But if enough people ask, I may write up a pattern so you have something to print out, and it'll be a free pattern. But okay, so that is it. I was thinking I had something else I was going to show in the end of the video that I was talking about, but yeah, I can't remember now. So alright, thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, thumbs up, comment below if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.